were saying. But listen, here's basically he feels strongly that Israel is at a disadvantage in the media, certainly international media.
I mean, I don't know what television he watched, but I think I saw Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu this Sunday on 4 networks. I mean, what more than this they want? The fact that a native Israeli like myself or any others cannot even dream to become ambassador of Israel in the United States, and Ron can be ambassador while he was born here, that tells you everything about the conflict. Look, there's military occupation that lasts for the last 45 years. This is what young people talk about. Young people also talk about universal human rights, and they talk about the aspiration of the Palestinian, and they talk about one thing that was never mentioned, which is demilitarization of Hamas that we all want.
And a quick
together with the occupation.
Quickly, Ben, and then David, go ahead.
Yeah, the Palestinian people are refusing to stand up to Hamas, and they're allowing them to continue to dictate. Remember, Hamas, you're dealing with a group that said we refuse to acknowledge the existence of Israel or the Jewish people. How do you deal with a group of individuals like that? You want to talk about human rights abuses? That is the definition of human rights.
You empower the moderates. Yitzhak Rabin, the ex-prime minister of Israel, used to say, I fight terrorism while I'm negotiating, and I'm negotiating when I'm fighting terrorism. Double policy, demilitarization and de-occupation. You can't go one way. There's no military solution to this, only a diplomatic solution.
I strongly disagree.
Okay.
We can agree to disagree, Ron.
Yeah, but we do invite, listen, there are many times when we're doing this that we invite people on television and they refuse to come on. So if they won't come on television, there's nothing you can't force them to do that, David Gergen. Boss has been invited on television every day, he declined.
Sure. We can argue to the cows come home about who's right and who's wrong. And from my point of view, the extremists are wrong on both sides. And we've had these kind of arguments every time a conflict breaks out. The question at issue is why opinion has changed among the young. And I think it has a lot more to do with the nature of what we see about Israel today versus what we used to see, which was a nation that once had occupied the moral high ground, and the pictures make it look like the Israelis are the occupiers and the bullies, and that's what they're fighting. And I think it's I think the Israelis have to show more restraint. I mean, these pictures of hitting UN and all the rest, but they've also got to make a better case.
If you have missiles there, what do you want to do?
It's a fascinating conversation. I promise I will have you guys back because we need to talk about this. Thank you, Rula, Jabril, Ben Ferguson, and David Gergen.